Hey everyone, today I am finally ready to reveal what I've been working on over the last few years. So I've been working in audio behind the desk for about 17 years now. And I've always had one constant issue throughout every session: noise. Now, me being a guitarist, the majority of the time, that noise has been the guitar. My problem has always been the vibrations that happen when you're not playing a string. Yeah, there's proper hand muting, but that only gets you so far. When you're banging on the guitar, any vibration here will vibrate throughout the guitar somewhere else. That always ends up back at the strings. Now, for all of us that work in audio, we all know that struggle. Some of you will end up taping your strings that aren't being played, and I've personally have always hated that method because the residue it leaves, even painter's tape, I can't handle it. Now, the big player in the game for the longest time has been the fret wrap, and that has been great. Now, don't get me wrong, if you're tracking leads and you don't need the first fret or the open note, it's perfect. It's lightweight, out of the way, bam, done. However, the bulk of the time in the studio, we're tracking rhythms. So having the first fret and open notes are pretty critical to me. So instead of the fret wrap, I typically have been using a rag. If all I need is the low 3 strings, I just run it through here, taking my sweet time, running it through, pulling it over, sliding it onto the neck so it stays out of my way, and there we go. Works perfectly, works better than the fret wrap. It really silences. Those are not going to ring out while I'm playing. Now, if I do hit it, the noise is quiet. I'm not really going to notice that, especially in a mix. So if this works, what's the problem with it? Well, now we've tracked our riff with the 3 strings, and now we need to go on to the next riff, which requires another string. So we take out our rag, rerun it through here, taking sweet time to run it through. Cool. Now we have our 3 strings and a 4th string if we want to do a harmonic or something. Let's say we do that, we move on to the next riff. Now we decide we want to go back to 3 strings. We want to go down to 2 strings. We want some mishmash and only want to mute the high and low strings, and we got to wrap it weird. It is a time suck. It's worth it for sure. You get really great quality. But that time suck will really ruin the vibes of the session. It'll run so much of your session time that it just kills the mood, and you have no desire to finish recording after you get one song done. So I've been complaining about this problem for years. Time waster, perfect results. Okay results, but it gets in the way of rhythms and you sacrifice your open notes. So what I've been working on for the last few years is a new way to mute the strings. So here I present the urse. Now, for those of you who are weebs, you will know that urse means shut up, for the most part. So what this does is it acts like the fret wrap with the felt being the mute, but with the bonus that you get your first fret and your open string free and available. How do you get it that way? Because this mutes per string, not all or nothing. So here we're just going to clamp it on right here at the base of the neck. I typically have it pushed up against my neck pickup. And if you need to, you can give it just a little bit of a pinch, not too much, and it's not going to go anywhere. So instead of wasting time wrapping all my strings and trying to get it through and getting real annoyed, all I got to do is push this fader down and let the pole rest up against the string with just enough pressure to mute. There you go. It gets the exact same results that the rag does, but a lot faster. Now, the beauty of this is that if you don't want that string muted, you don't have to reroute everything. All you got to do is push the fader, the pole up, and bam. So let me show you all this in use. All right, so here I got Pro Tools open. This is an old Furnace-born song. I just did a quick general mix for this. There's no drum samples or anything, so ignore that. We're just focused on the guitar here. Just got a quick riff we're going to play. All right, let's move that down and get the next one. All right, it's been a long time since I've played this song. I'm kind of relearning it as I make this video. So that actually makes it better to show you what the Urusei can do. Because now I'm going to retrack all of that, but with the Urusei engaged. So this song really only uses the low 3 strings on a 7 string. So I'm just going to push the pulls down, engage all the strings except the low 3. All right. It mutes just as good as the rag did. That's not going to ring out while you play. So now, you're not getting all that vibration going while you play your low strings, which not only makes the sound a little bit clearer, but it makes it louder as well. All right, so now I'm going to re-record that, but with the Urusei engaged. All right, let's go ahead and bring that down and get the other side. All right, let's go ahead and bring that down. Then let's go ahead and give that a listen. Awesome. It brings out a lot more clarity to your takes. Now, this also really helps when you're splicing DIs because the focus is on the notes that you're playing and not the notes that you're not playing. It lets those notes have more volume, more clarity. I don't actually know what it is, but to me, it just sounds better. Now, with the Urusei, because this riff is pretty much all octave chords, I could retract that by muting my E string here. So now I could just play it like a standard drop D chord and not even have to worry about muting that middle string. You can easily get that octave chord sound with the Urusei muting that middle string, and that is fun. I've found myself just messing with that constantly. Now, for this video, I just wanted to announce it. I am going to be showing this a little bit more in depth over the next month. This will be available for pre-order in the description below. And if you pre-order it during this time, you will get a free copy of a sample pack I've made. It's nothing fancy. It's just some explosions from fireworks from the last 4th that I processed. You get it for free with any of the Uruseis. Now, the Urusei does have a 6, 7, 8, and 9 string version. As of today, my testers will be getting their final versions in the mail, and they'll be allowed to talk about it freely. I'm not going to tell them what to say. Whatever they say is up to them if they say anything at all. Now, for me, it has become as irreplaceable as tracking with Evertune in the studio. That's how much I love this thing. Now, the pre-order process is mainly so I can gauge everything as far as interest goes on the back end, because at some point, I will also make a bass version for 4 and 5 string basses, maybe 6 string basses as well. But that's in the future, depending on how well this does. So if you guys have been having issues with muting, I really hope that you give this a try, and I really hope that you love it. So I'll put that link in the description below. Go ahead and subscribe. I plan on being a lot more active with this release coming up. Now, if you pick this up, don't forget to add Detonation to your cart. That way you can get that sample pack. It's completely free if you buy it with the Urusei. The discount applies at checkout, and you'll get that right away to your email. But that does it for this video, guys. I'm really excited to show you more going forward. Later.